We've been using perimeter and area and learning how to do the calculations for them, and now it's time to see how we're going to use those in real life. There's quite a few applications for these, but here are some examples of a few. If we look at perimeter and area, we have to remember that perimeter means the outside edge, so measuring in a straight line around the outside edge of an object. So that's the perimeter. If we're looking at area, area is the amount of space that's inside of an object. So if we were going to put a fence around our backyard and we needed to find out how much fencing, would we need to measure the perimeter or the area to find that? Well, the fence goes around the outside edge, so the fence would be the perimeter. Okay, our second little example here is if we were putting wallpaper border around a room in the house. Think about where wallpaper border goes. We're not covering up the entire wall, we're just going around the outside edge. So again, around the outside edge is perimeter. Okay, our third example is carpeting your family room. So if you're laying carpet, it goes across a very large surface in several different directions, and it doesn't go around the outside edge, it goes in the inside, so that would be finding area. And lastly, if you're buying fabric to make a quilt, would you be finding perimeter or area? Well, you'd need to find the area because the area would be all of the space inside the blanket or the quilt. Okay, here's an example question. If you wanted to put a fence around your yard that measures 7.9 meters by 14 meters, how much fencing would you need? Okay, we said up above, if we were putting a fence around our yard, we'd need to find perimeter. So first we need to know the formula for perimeter. Formula for perimeter is perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Since we're using a rectangle here as our yard. So if we go ahead and fill in our numbers, P equals 2 times the length. The length is 7.9 plus 2 times the width. The width is 14. If we go ahead and simplify, multiply our 2 times 7.9, we get 15.8. And we multiply our 2 times 14 and we get 28. And once we add those together, we know that our perimeter is 43.8 meters. Okay? Be sure that you label it in meters because it's not square meters because it's not area. Remember, perimeter is a linear measure, so it's just plain old units. You don't square them. Okay, here's some more examples that we can look at. We have a layout for a house and some questions about that house to look at. So here's our house, our floor plan. And the first question says, if you wanted to carpet the living room of the house, how much carpet would you need? So we look at the living room. Living room's over here. And we see that our living room measures 14 feet by 14 feet. Okay, carpet, as we said before, would be finding area. So we need to know our formula. Okay, our formula for area of a rectangle or of a square is length times width. So when we fill in our numbers, area equals 14 times 14. And when we multiply those and solve them, our area is going to equal 196. When we go to label our answer, we use what they give us. All of our measurements are in feet on this floor plan, so it's feet, and we found area, and we know area is in cubic units, so it's feet, not cubic, squared. So we know that it's feet squared. Okay, our next question is, if you want to put wallpaper border around the master bedroom, how much would you need? Okay, if we're doing wallpaper border, we said that's like making a fence around a yard. It's going around the outside edge, so we need to know perimeter. So our formula for perimeter is P equals 2L plus 2W, and we go up to our master bedroom and use our numbers, fill them in. The length is 13, The width is 13. We simplify that by multiplying 2 times 13 to get 26. And when we add those together, we get 52. Remember, our units are all in feet. And perimeter is a linear measure, so it's just plain old feet. Okay, let's look at the third question. If you wanted to put new flooring in the kitchen, how much would you need? Okay, new flooring covers the floor. That tells us we need to know area. So area equals length times width. Let's go up on our picture and look and see what the measurements are for the kitchen. Our kitchen measurements here are 14 by 17. So our area is going to equal 14 times 17. If we multiply 14 by 17, we get 238. Okay, our label is feet and it's area, so that means we have to have square units. Okay, let's look at number 4. If you wanted to put new carpet in all of the bedrooms, how much would you need? This is a tricky question because we have to find the area of 3 bedrooms, then add them together. So we already found, I think we already found the master bedroom, didn't we? Oh no, we were finding perimeter for a wallpaper border, so we can't use a quick trick there. Okay, so we need to find area of each one of these rooms. So the master bedroom, we know we need to, the area equals length times width. So we're going to go up here and find out what our measurements are. Area of our master bedroom is 13 by 13. So area equals 13 by 13. We multiply that out and we get 169. Alright, now we need to go on to the next bedroom. So we'll call that bedroom 2. Let's go up and see what bedroom 2 looks like. Bedroom 2 is here, measures 10 by 10. So our area equals length times width. Our area equals 10 times 10. And we multiply that out and we get 100 feet squared. I should probably have this one labeled feet squared also. And then we look at our third bedroom, which is right here. It's 11 by 10. So area equals length times width. So it equals 11 by 10. That equals 110 feet squared. Now the next part is we have to add them all together. So if we add up 169 plus 100 plus 110, that's going to equal 379 feet squared. So we know that we need carpeting that'll cover 379 feet squared. Now the second part of this question is, if the carpet and the padding together cost $1.25 per feet squared, which probably isn't realistic, but we'll go with it for now, how much would it cost? So here's what we need to do. We need to take our number from the area and we need to multiply it by $1.25, and that'll give us our total cost. Our total cost is going to be, if we punch that into the calculator, it's going to be $473.75. Alright, now over here on the left we have another problem. Problem number 5. If you want to paint the walls of the porch and each can of paint will cover 100 square feet, how many cans of paint should you buy? Let's go up here and look at the porch. The measurements on the porch are 14 by 10. So we have to find out how much space is on each wall. So we have 2 walls that are 14 feet across and we have 2 walls that are 10 feet across. So we're going to find the area of one wall, which we know is length times width. And we know one wall is 14 by the width or the height. Standard walls are 8 feet high. And we know that the other one is going to be 10 feet by 8 feet. When we solve those, we know we need to multiply by 2. We're just going to go ahead and add that on the end because we know that there's 2 walls that are 14 feet, and we also know there's 2 walls that are 10 feet. So we'll go ahead and add that right in there as we do it. We're going to get 224 for the 14-foot wall when we multiply that out, and we're going to get 160 for the 10-foot wall. Now we're adding up all 4 walls, so we need to add those together, which gives us 384 feet squared. That's our total area. But we still haven't answered the question. Our total area is 384 feet squared. However, our question asks, how many cans of paint should we buy? And it also tells us that 1 can of paint covers 100 square feet. So if 1 can of paint covers 100 square feet, that means that we will need 4 cans of paint to cover 384 square feet. Because 3 cans of paint would only cover 300. We need a little more than that.